It was named Paradise Square, but the Islamic State group made it a hell on earth. The city of Raqqa was recaptured from Islamic State militants a year ago, but since then nothing has been rebuilt. People now take selfies at a site once known for extreme violence and brutality.
The jihadists would bring prisoners here and behead them and impale their heads on spikes. They would leave the corpses on the ground. It was designed to scare us.
Islamic State militants were officially meant to have left the city, but given the ongoing presence of Islamist fighters, locals are reluctant to talk about the issue.
Please don't ask me these questions. You shouldn't.
Some jihadists never actually left Raqqa and have merged into its civil society, a situation that means suspicion reigns within the community. This woman is in charge of rebuilding that community. The mayor says that abductions and suicide attacks are at the top of the agenda of every city council meeting. Indeed, all the local politicians here are targets for such attacks. While this report was being filmed, one of the city's officials was shot dead in broad daylight. The Islamic State group claimed responsibility for the murder.
It's true that there are still many jihadists that are hiding in Raqqa. Some are linked to the Islamic State group and others to other terror groups.
The shift in power has had consequences for more day-to-day issues too. Many bridges were destroyed during the offensive, and now residents have to use dinghies to cross the Euphrates River. Just one of the daily setbacks that prompts some locals to say things were better when the Islamic State group was in power.
The public sector was working better back then when the IS group was still here. They would repair the bridges faster and fix power cuts and water shortages. The unemployment rate was also much lower.
Another source of tension, sectarian divisions. The city's Arab majority is having trouble accepting that Kurdish groups are now in control of the town. They blame them for not rebuilding Raqqa fast enough. The hospital is still in ruins, and so are schools. With no classes, many children are working full-time.
Yes, she's supporting her family. She's paid $9 a week.
It takes her 45 minutes to walk home. Her mother says she feels safer now that Islamists are no longer ruling Raqqa.
When the Islamic fighters were here, I never let my daughter leave the house. I was too scared.
Citizens are still very cautious when walking around town, as unexploded landmines are still a major threat. This special unit's in charge of disabling these explosive devices, which have been embedded in homes, making it unsafe for people to return, and fueling the climate of fear for those rebuilding their lives in Raqqa.